Hey guys, Whiskey here again, and I've got a video this time on the Pycnonemosaurus. This is gameplay on Arizona, as always, and playing the Pycno after its update. It is very OP right now with the knockback and the charge and the Juggernaut ability that it has. The Juggernaut allows you to do like 50% more damage at high speed and then 25% less damage at low speed or when you're stationary. So you couple that with the charge, and if you land a charge, it does a ton of damage. And even if you hit a Spino or a Giga and trade bites, you're still doing probably more damage to them than what they did to you. And then what makes it worse is that it can do a horn swipe right after that. So it hits you, does tons of damage, and then does a horn swipe and knocks you out of the way, so when you try to hit it back, you miss your bite. So if you can land that combination, then you're going to kill just about anything. The stuff that counters it is things like Metries and things that can turn really well. If they can tail ride you, they can kill you. But if you know what you're doing on a Pycno, you just run away from those things. So it's probably the most survivable character right now in the game aside from an Anno, because you can really choose your battles. The stuff that you want to fight, you can probably kill, and if you don't want to fight it, you can probably run away from it. I've got a couple of other clips I'm going to post after this, but I didn't include them here because they weren't 4K high quality. But I get swarmed by a pack of Utah Raptors, me and Little Whiskey do, and you see how we deal with it. And then there's another one where a pack of Cerratos try to attack me, and I just knock one off of it. I just go to a big high ledge and knock one of them off, and it's game over. So there's really not a whole lot that can be a huge threat to the Pycno right now, the way that it is. It'll probably get changed. I think the damage is probably too high on that charge. It can be kind of hard to land the charge if you're fighting stuff that knows what they're doing. They can dodge it. Like this Dasp did a really good job going around the bushes and stuff like that. So there is ways to deal with it. This Dasp also was using its knockback tail, and when he timed it correctly, definitely countered my charge because it was knocking me back and doing damage to me, and I wasn't able to do any damage to him. He was just hitting me with that tail like right there. So he did an excellent job of that. It was the first time I'd encountered that type of a fighter, so I knew I was going to have my hands full in this fight when he was doing that, so I kind of had to make some adjustments in the fight. Pycno has got excellent stamina. You can one of the tactics is you can run stuff out of stamina, and then once it's out of stamina, it makes it a lot easier for you to use your charge. So you've also got to be careful about managing your stamina. There's a hide that the Pycno has that allows you to get stamina back when you take hits, and I didn't have it equipped in this moment because I was healing up when this Dasp first approached me, and so I forgot to switch it out. But that does help keep your stamina up. Although my stamina was a little bit low in this fight, but I didn't really need that. I was able to, succeed without it in this fight, but it would have helped. They've also got a lot of really good skins for this Pycno. There's some really bright color skins as well as some camo skins. So depending on whatever your preference is, I enjoy the camo skins, so that's what I go with. But Honey likes to use like a bright purple skin on a lot of her stuff, so she's using that. And there's a lot of really cool ones. There's one that makes you look like your head is like a skull or something. I think it's the backer skin. And there's a volcano skin that's really neat. So yeah, there's a lot of cool skins. If you wanted to play something solo right now, This is a top pick for me for a solo play because, like I said, it's very versatile. And then the build that I use is the Juggernaut build with brace legs, the knockback tail, and then the horn swipe and the bite. And then I use that skin that gives you more stamina when you take hits. And it's I've been pretty successful with it. You want to try to fight stuff at high speeds and running, but if you do find yourself stuck in a situation where you get swarmed or they're forcing you to be stationary, then you can just position yourself on a cliff and then go for the knock them off the cliff, and they'll take fall damage and die that way. There is another build. The Pycno is very, very versatile. There's another build you can do where you use a head slam and a juke, and that's more of a stationary type build where you can hang out on cliffs and things like that and go for the fall damage where you knock stuff off the cliff, or you can head slam it and do lots of damage with your head slam. And that's a good build too. I think the Juggernaut one is better, but it just adds to the versatility of this dinosaur. It's got a lot of tools in its toolbox, and it makes it even better of a dinosaur. So I think it's OP right now. I think they need to change it. They need to probably... I think one thing that would work is to couple the cooldowns of the charge and the horn swipe, so that you can't just horn swipe something right after you land a charge. I don't know if they have the capabilities of doing that, but that's something I would do. They probably should dial back the damage on it a little bit, so that if somebody is using Juggernaut, it's not so OP with that damage. Because like I said, as it is, you can trade with a Giga or a Spino. If you land that charge from a distance, you're probably going to be doing more damage to them anyway. So it's crazy amounts of damage. It's definitely one of my top picks. This and the Metri, two of my top picks right now for solo play. And then if you get friends to play with you, you can have a partner on a Pycno, and that makes it even better. Dinosaurs with bleed are probably the best counter, or dinosaurs that can turn better, like a Metri, are the two best counters to the Pycno. But if you're on a Pycno and you encounter those things, if you don't want the challenge, you can simply run away. You're going to outrun Metri when you use your charges, and you'll outstam them. And then same thing with a Saurophaganax, you can just outrun them. Allopax you can outrun. So, you know, like I said before, you can just run away from pretty much anything you don't want to fight. Or get up on a cliff and knock them off the cliff. Don't think I've died on this Pycno yet in combat. At least I can't remember a time that I did. I mean, I have died on it, but it's like one time I charged off a cliff by mistake, and the other time I took fall damage because we were running down a really, really steep ridge, and I was chasing a mape, and we both fell off this ridge and died. But everything else, if I got low, I just ran away from it. In this case here, you know, we've got two of us against one Sauro, so he's actually doing a pretty good job against us, but at this point, you know, Little Whiskey's got enough health where he could probably just go finish it out. I've taken most of the damage already, so I can just kind of sit back and let him finish it off. He's got enough of a health bar there to finish this guy off, but he's playing it safe. This is, I think, probably the first time he played, maybe the second time on the Pycno with me in a serious battle, so he was kind of, you know, playing it a little bit cautiously, which is good. And this guy was kind of going up in the cliffs and things, which not the best place for him, because I could just knock him off, knock him there, and then there's another situation here where we just kind of knock him off the cliff, and he got lucky there. If that knocked him back just a little bit more, he would have died probably. They can use terrain. This Sorrel player is doing a smart thing by using these rocks and terrain to try to keep our angles limited so that we can't get the charges on them as much as we would like. And that is a good way to fight against these Pycnos. The brace legs is helping us here. We're trying to use this hill as much as possible because we can easily get away from that sorrow going uphill. And then if we can hit him on a downhill charge, it'll do a lot of damage to him as well. But we've gotten him low enough now where Whiskey can just finish, Little Whiskey can finish him off because I'm a little bit too low to continue the battle. But yeah, that's the Pycno, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Is it OP? Do they need to change it? Have you played it? Do you like it? Let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you out there in Gondola. Goodbye.